Brought to you by patreon.com/inspireddisorder and inspireddisorder.com/Kindle.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Ultimate Movie Championship, episode 50 from IDP 305. This is the show where Keith Spurlock and I sit down. We're given two movies, and we must argue to decide which of those two movies is better and should be placed on top of our ultimate movie list over at flickchart.com/IDP. Let's see how it all plays out in this episode right now. So let's start off with Monsters, Inc. versus Air Force One.
Air Force
Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc.'s a great Pixar movie.
I've never really got into it. I've watched it a couple times and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's not the best Pixar movie, but it's, as far as like animation versus action movies,
I didn't mind Air Force One. Get off my plane.
that's the only thing from the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Really.
It's still fun. Like Harrison Ford beats ass as the president.
Sure.
And we got one that just likes to get pissed on.
Yeah, he is an ass. No way, dude. I mean, it's like I don't really give a shit, but between the two, Monsters Inc.'s like it's overall just a little bit better. It's not neither of these. Not the best action movie versus best Pixar movie.
No.
But well-roundedness, and it's the voices were great. Billy Crystal and John Goodman. And the premise was, I enjoyed the premise. They like scare the shit out of kids.
I know. And
then they found comedy works better. It's just, there's so much of the movie that I just remember compared to Get Off My Plane.
Wasn't Gary Oldman the bad guy in that one too?
I don't even remember, man. I haven't really watched that probably since the 90s.
Neither have I.
So that's how good.
I'll go with Monsters
Inc.
I just thought Air Force won by a little bit.
Nah,
it's not enough to go to the judges.
Yeah. Depending on my mood, I probably could have gone the other way, but not today, sir. Not today. All right. Next up, we have The Avengers. Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Versus Cars.
This time
one.
Pixar is not going to win.
No,
Avengers.
No. Yeah. It's definitely a
Cars
different
was
matchup.
Kind of dumb.
It was whatever. It's definitely more of a kids movie. We have The Wrestler versus Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
That's the third movie.
The one with just as many endings.
Yeah, but still, it was a great movie. It just kept ending and ending and ending and ending.
Special effects at the end when they're on the volcano are not good, and I saw that shit in the theater where it should look the best.
In the theater.
It looked green screened as fuck.
It was also shot in like fucking 99.
Yeah, but
they were all shot together.
That compared, like, out of the 20 hours of movies between the three, it was bad 80s TV movie bad.
The Wrestler was a great movie.
Wrestler's great.
But it's also a movie that is one of those movies that I watched once and I was like, that's a great movie.
Oh, so
and I'm
Lord of the Rings.
Never going to watch it again.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
I've watched The Lord of the Rings 500 times.
There's not enough time in a lifetime to watch The Lord of the Rings 500 times.
All of it. I've watched it all 500 times.
I don't believe that.
I used to play it on
second.
fucking loop.
Yeah, but that's how you can kill a week, Yeah. Yeah, The Wrestler. You gonna fucking
I'll go with The Wrestler.
Pick at your mic so I can hear you picking at your mic.
Too much coffee.
There's a lot of things to fidget
it's coffee.
with. Anything but the thing.
It was coffee,
connected
man. It's
to
too
the
much.
mic. What'd you say, The Wrestler?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
These are both two movies that I'd probably revisit The Wrestler again just because I know it's not a 5-hour investment of my life. Jurassic Park, the only good Jurassic Park movie. I guess maybe the only good Ghost Rider movie?
I think that the second one was better than the first, and they're both terrible.
I saw the first one. But there's no way.
Dog shit.
I don't know. There's probably maybe one or two Nicolas Cage movies. Maybe one that could beat Jurassic Park. Maybe.
Maybe. But Ghost Rider ain't it?
Raising Arizona?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's
out of,
another
like,
move.
Coen
That's
Brother
another
movies,
move one
yeah,
too.
Out of Coen Brother movies, I know a lot of people love that, and I like it, but it's not my favorite Coen Brother.
Speaking of movies that is hard to rewatch, Requiem for a Dream
right,
and Erin Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich not too hard to
No,
watch. It's
I'm
not
just talking
that
about
much
Requiem
fun.
for a Dream.
Yeah.
Erin Brockovich was okay, but whatever. Requiem for a Dream's a really good movie, but I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm still voting for it.
Requiem for Dream's a great movie. I
It's a
watched
great
it a
movie.
couple times back when I had the gumption to,
I
the
can't.
fortitude to watch really bummer, but it's so well done.
It's so great,
good.
but it's
If anybody hasn't seen it, it's a great. It shows.
if you're thinking
it
about
shows
developing a
drug
drug
addiction.
problem,
Yeah.
watch this movie, and it
And-
might dissuade you.
And we're not just talking about the illegal drugs. We're talking about legal shit also that you can just
We're just
get.
talking about any sort of addiction.
The type of drugs that parents and anybody. If you go to an office building, all of the drugs that are in there that are completely legal. But versus Aaron Brockovich, I was working at the movie theater, and the actual Aaron Brockovich came in.
Yeah, I remember you said
Yeah, I didn't see her, but I was working in the projection booth. But
that. Who
Requiem for
directed
Dream.
Requiem?
Let's see. Offhand, I don't know. I'm not thinking about it. I want to say it's the same guy as.
You typed in RE and it came up, and then you kept typing, and it fucking disappeared. There.
Bam. I started typing it right. It's just
Darren
Darren
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky. He does.
He did Pie, which I can't. Pie's
That's
a rough one for me.
I mean, that's
too.
his first film. Independent as fuck.
Black Swan.
I haven't seen Black Swan.
I haven't
heard
either.
it's good,
And
though.
everyone that's
What is the
been out
fucking
for 6 years and like won Oscars, and I'm like,
Yeah. Let's see, director.
Noah.
That's right.
The Wrestler. He did The Wrestler.
Fountain's good. It's underrated. Yeah, that's Pie, Requiem, Fountain, Wrestler, Black Swan. I almost want to check Noah out, but I'll definitely watch Black Swan before that. But yeah, Darren Aronofsky.
That's a weird name.
Darren
Aaron.
Yeah,
Darren Aaron.
It's maybe he has like. I mean, that's like Aronofsky's, like Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like he's first generation. So they're like, we got to give him an American name.
Darren
Darren's
Aronofsky.
short for anything.
Who knows?
Daraniel. So next up, we've got
Darniel. Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe he's
maybe. The Hangover versus The Fast and the Furious.
both the originals.
Both the originals, which I wouldn't say the first Fast and the Furious is the best of the series. I think it got way better.
No, the first Fast and the Furious was
First one
just
good. It
tuner
was
car
good.
porn.
Second one was not good at all. Tokyo Drift, not bad,
I
but that's
hated
when it
that
made
one.
the turn.
I hated that.
After Tokyo Drift, they were just more crazy
that
action
weird
movies with
hillbilly
cars.
kid, and I guess like in the arc of it, it's like the sex movie,
Yeah.
but
Because
like it's
a guy dies in that movie that's still alive
Yeah.
in the other ones. Yeah, it's kind of a weird, but it's who gives a shit about the Fast and the Furious timeline? It's like somebody.
I want to know what's canon and what's in fucking chronological
Yeah.
order. God damn it!
Yeah, like it's not no, but
It's not like the Star Wars universe.
no, it's not like a lot of it's not like the Hangover universe, no, which is just the Hangover.
The Hangover universe is
is
kind of like
like-
Groundhog's Day.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, it's like
It's the same goddamn thing happens every
except
day.
for each segment of Groundhog's Day is
in the
a
same
different
exact way.
movie.
Yeah. The Hangover
The Hangover, yeah.
for sure.
Which the last time I was in Vegas, everybody's like, "Oh, you look like that guy from Hangover," which Zach Galifianakis, because
Yeah, because you have a beard and a belly.
I didn't have as much though back then.
Neither did he.
That's true. Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. Believe that's the
second one.
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Where's Traffic? Have you seen Traffic?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I really enjoyed Traffic.
It's all right.
It's long. Don't need to watch it again.
Neither one of these are movies
also.
that I've like dived back into. Be like,
no. But Traffic, I mean, is same vein of like Narcos and drug story told from different angles.
Traffic is also made famous by winning the Best Picture, and then a year later, everyone going, "Did that really fucking win the Best Picture over it?" It had some other things it went up against, and I've seen a lot of chatter
has a
about
problem
that
with
one.
Traffic. The biggest one, the most Crash is the most retarded Academy Award. Maybe I haven't seen Shakespeare in Love. Because I remember that one over Good Will Hunting or something like that, or I don't remember. But Crash is just
maybe I was thinking Crash.
Crash is a widely. I mean, I think that was when it happened. People were like,
then maybe I
"What
haven't
the
seen
fuck?"
Traffic.
I mean, it's got
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. His daughter gets into drugs, and she ends up, sleeping with her dealer in the. And then there's Benicio del Toro.
I've seen it. It's all right.
New Christian guy who like runs into some shit.
Not the best, but it's not.
It's good. It's like all right. It's a lot of story. It's really well done. It's a really good movie. I mean, it's a good movie. I haven't seen Sicario, but I would imagine. I think that's more of an action movie.
I think I'll go with Traffic then.
Yeah, between the two. Yeah,
I was thinking of Crash at first.
Yeah, Crash. The main theme of Crash is racism. How people are everybody's racist. And it's very generic, stereotypical examples. It's like somebody that's never actually...
Like, I'm a hillbilly from the South, and I hate black people.
It's a white person. It seemed like it's like a white person in the suburbs who just imagines what it's like to be like a black person and to experience racism. It's like the most generic, like unrealistic, versus if you've ever had conversations with people of other races and you've just heard their stories, you'd be able to come up with some more intriguing racist shit than. And it's been a while since I've watched Crash, but whatever. I have not seen The Tuxedo, although I did just watch.
I have, unfortunately.
I may watch parts of it. I haven't seen the original Planet of the Apes either.
What?
Nah, fuck those. No desire to watch. I really can't watch old shit with just bad makeup if I haven't already seen it.
That shit won Academy Awards back then.
Yeah, that's fine. There's a lot. I just can't. There's a year where it's hard for me to buy in. For sure, hasn't seen that.
You're not missing much on that one. Although I
don't think any of them I'm missing much. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Did E.T. switch?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, we switched the other one.
Yeah.
So E.T. the Extraterrestrial versus another space movie. I mean, not really. That's not a space movie. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
They're both space-based, but not...
One's Earth-based.
Well, it's Earth-based, but it's based on someone from space.
Yeah.
Versus just humans in space.
Yeah. It's very confusing.
It's very confusing. I was about to try to explain some of it, and then I went, I don't know anything about that.
Not a big fan of Space Odyssey.
I like the movie.
Slow. I get great director, all that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan of this director. There's a few things of his I like.
Here's the only...
Actually, Kubrick, yeah, there's a few. I mean,
my only bitch about some of his movies is his score is sometimes just loud random noises.
Well, this one is, yeah.
Like, if you watch it now and think about it, it gets on your nerve, or at least mine. Like, where I can't get over, like, I still like the movie. I like how deep and weird and like I like kind of draw your own conclusion endings sometimes.
He has a very unique style, really like very interesting style.
Even at the end of The Shining, it's kind of draw your own conclusion. You see Jack in the picture. What the fuck does that mean? And roll credits.
Yeah, which I appreciate that, and that's another movie of his that I'm not a huge fan of.
I love The Shining.
But I would between The Shining and 2001, I go Shining.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go ET on this.
Yeah, I'm going ET on this one too. Although I started to watch. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but ET was gonna.
2 more.
Sure. Zach and Miri make a porno versus Monsters Inc.
Now I liked Zach and Miri,
I did too.
and but it was Kevin Smith doing a Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah. Kevin Smith did this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And I've even heard him kind of describe it that way.
Yeah.
He was like, just all these movies were coming out, and then Rogan said he wanted to do something. Seth Rogen said he wanted to do something, and so like we got on board, and because like
I'm glad they
during
did that
during the filming
instead
of this,
yeah.
at the very end of production, Seth Rogen got Kevin Smith high, and that's what started Kevin Smith getting high.
So weed's to blame for all of his. Well, although he did Red State after that.
Yeah.
So I know he's got it in him, but he's just not. He's not making movies for me anymore.
No, and that's the thing. But I mean, whatever.
This was.
I liked this movie.
I did too.
I thought it was
I
fun.
mean, I liked both of these movies.
I'm gonna go Zach and
Kinda-
Miri on this one.
Yeah, I go with that too. Although it's like, even though I liked it, it's not one that it's like I won't revisit it as much as like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, even though
that's not
and
as-
that movie is terrible.
I mean,
but fun.
It's like a fun B movie.
Yeah,
Yeah. X-Men
we're going comic booky on this one.
versus Blade.
Now, this is the very first
two
X-Men
franchises
versus
that I'm
the very
excited
first
about.
Blade.
Yeah.
This is the first Blade. This isn't Rubber People Blade.
Yeah, I don't care. This is the Blood Rave Blade.
Blood Rave Blade. Yes.
Yeah.
Versus leather-clad X-Men. Black leather. That's what we do.
Can this be a double knockout? Can they both?
I'm gonna go Blade on this one. Maybe just for the Blood Rave.
That's the worst part of it. That's one of the bad parts. That was around the time where rave scenes were in every fucking movie.
This is before fucking Matrix Reloaded, though.
Well, Matrix had a rave scene too in the very beginning.
But it's still before that too. Matrix
Yeah,
came
I
out in
know.
'99.
I know. But there's a lot of fucking raves. It was
the first one where it rains
I don't
blood.
know if it was.
All right, you might
I
be
don't
right.
know if it
but
was. Because Go came out in the 90s. That was a rave movie. Oh, no. Not
There's
Go.
no blood rave.
Well, it's a vampire thing. So that's how they change it up. It's like the Matrix had, well, it was, the first one was just leather rave where they kind of introduced this is going to be the wardrobe for the movie.
Yeah.
A lot of leather. And then the
Pleather.
second one was like, oh, this is cave, like
Cave rave.
We're in like the oasis of the underworld, unplugged.
Really
from
good
it all.
lighting in that cave.
Really good sound too. Although,
Well, I mean, a cave would have good acoustics.
Although I don't know, with a bunch of people that might fuck with the sound. It might. I don't know.
Maybe they were
I
all
don't know
dancing
acoustics that well.
silently.
Maybe. Well, slowly too. Slow motion rave.
I mean, Wolverine was
both of
cool,
these
but
movies.
I don't know. Blade killed vampires and shit.
Yeah, another genre of movies that really gets my dick hard. Vampires. I guess I'll go Blade just because it's like the last decent Wesley Snipes thing.
All right, last one.
Yeah. Oh God, I've seen both of these.
Yes, I have too.
And they're both horrible movies. Jeepers Creepers, Where'd You Get Them Peepers? Which is a song played many times in the movie. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the reboot of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The Burton fucking forced down our throat.
I mean, this was I've been OD'd on Burton and probably Johnny Depp by the time this movie came out, 2005.
You know what? I don't hate Jeepers Creepers that much.
I don't really remember it.
I remember I've seen
I
it
remember the
quite
song.
a few times.
I don't even remember the premise. Like they try to steal eyes. Was it kind of like a Hills Have Eyes?
No,
kind of
no,
a thing?
no. These brothers.
I know I've seen it.
Brother sister driving home from college or something. Crazy truck drives up, tries to run them off the road. They see it look like it dumps a body somewhere.
Right.
So being inquisitive teens, they went to go check it out, and then this thing proceeds to stalk them down, and it takes whatever part of your body it wants to replace it. And it only feeds once every 20 some years. Even though they made a Jeepers Creepers 2, which seemed like the next week.
Horror
even though the
movies
monster
do
only
that.
comes around every 27 years.
Yeah, but that's horror. Every horror movie that makes any kind of money, because they don't cost a lot of money, like all the Purge movies, all the Saw movies. You want to talk about a franchise starter genre?
I really hated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I didn't completely hate Jeepers Creepers.
Despite not remembering Jeepers Creepers, except for the fact that they play that song is a part of the movie. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? But it's like played creepy on a record player, really slow. That's all I remember of it. Still better than fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And Justin Long gets his eyes cut out.
In Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah.
Sweet. I just watched so that's the last one.
Yeah.
I just watched an older it's on Amazon Prime, which anybody can get for free, inspireddisorder.com/prime. Called Sasquatch Squad, something like that.
Sasquatch
Squad, I think is what it's called. It's on Amazon Prime movies. It came out like probably 2006. Justin Long's in it. Early Justin Long.
I kind of remember that movie.
He's neighbors. He's like a redneck, and he's got a buddy called Shirts who's always has no shirt. Very is actually a fun movie.
I think I remember that movie.
And then like his neighbors are like these dork kids who are like LARPers, and they
absolutely remember that movie. But I only watched it once, and it's a very vague memory. But
watched it the other day. Pretty decent. I if you know what kind of movie you're getting into, that goofy kind of teen comedy, it's almost had elements that reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite, but not as like stale, independent, well shot, kind of. And it's I enjoy it. Carl Weathers,
the black guy that played Apollo Creed.
He plays a scientist in the movie. Anyway. It's got a lot of people in it. It's actually, I enjoyed it.
Go sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/inspired disorder. There you can binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free. That's right. Binge all 7 episodes without any ads. Do it now. Sign up, patreon.com/inspired disorder. Other benefits include saving money on the many faces, downloading Photoshops, and so many more things to come. So go sign up now. Only $3 a month. Patreon.com/inspired disorder. Also, if you're into reading, specifically reading on a Kindle, sign up for Kindle Unlimited. Get a free trial when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. That's KINDLE. That's where you get unlimited reading, unlimited listening on any device through Kindle. Get Kindle Unlimited when you sign up through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. Sign up, get a free trial, get your reading on, get your audiobook listening on. It's a great service. Highly recommend it. Check it out now, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle, KINDLE. Make sure you follow Keith Spurlock on Twitter @KeithSpurlock1. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspired disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram @Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!